Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Help Matters this morning. Happy
Good morning. Morning.
November. We're going to be talking about diabetes. This is Diabetes Awareness Month. So we're going to be bringing awareness of diabetes. So that's our topic this morning. I hope you guys had a great week. Everything went well. Everything was good. All right. So thank you for joining us this morning. We appreciate you.
Got a little different look for y'all this morning.
Yes. Let us know how y'all like it. Good morning, everyone. This is Jackie.
And Coach Patrick.
Guys, you're listening to Help Matters here on Shout 94.7 WAAW, the voice of the gospel truth.
This is a day the Lord has made.
And we're going to choose intentionally to rejoice and be glad in it.
Every day, all day. The joy of the Lord is our strength because we set the course for our day.
We command our day.
That's right.
And we have to. We have to command our day. You know, we have to let our thoughts align up with what the Word of God says. You know, we have to take command of our day, of our words, of our thoughts, bringing our thoughts to obedient to Christ and His words. And that is so important because how we set our day and start our day is most likely how we would go through our day and how our day will end. And what kind of day we will have. We have control over our day. We can't control what's going on outside, but we can control how our day can go. We have to determine who and whom we allow to show up.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to command what we want. We have that authority. The greater one that's in us is greater than the one that's in this world. So despite any circumstances, we have to choose to command our day and align up our thoughts and our words with the Word of God.
And that's why it's so important to speak faith-filled words, because that's going to dictate how our day go. If you wake up in the morning with a negative attitude and speaking negative things over your life, then your day will tend to go in a negative direction. So
you draw those things.
Right. So speak those faith-filled words over your life. Speak the word of God over your life. Start that way in the morning before you pick up a phone, before you look at a TV. Start it out with
prayer,
making contact
meditation,
with your Father.
Praise and worship,
most definitely.
Enter into that presence with thanksgiving in His court with praise.
Yes.
Giving Him the first fruit of that morning.
Most definitely.
And just getting our angels on assignment, and they hearken to the voice of God's word. So we have to do that. We have to intentionally do that. It's easy to get distracted because in the morning it's much quieter. You don't hear as much noise. So you're more sensitive to the Spirit,
mm-hmm.
And hearing God. So just pulling away some time.
Right.
I was telling Coach this morning, I'm so grateful for God, His love, His unconditional love. And so that's been my meditation this week, Coach. And I talked to him about it, and I said, when you think about unconditional, that unconditional love, and I said, wow, and I couldn't get off of that. And so I just sat in prayer and sat before God. And I said, God, you love me unconditional.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, I love words. I love looking up words. I love learning new words. And I looked up condition. A lot of us, we know what it is, but I wanted to just, verbally see it. And its condition is with, it is with interior motive, but unconditional is without any interior motive.
No agenda.
No agenda. Needing no validation.
Right.
it's just unconditional love, that I love you just because of who you are,
That's
who
that
I
agape.
am.
That's that
That
agape.
agape kind of love, the unconditional. Who can just love you without any condition, anything attached to it, any motives. So I said, God, I just thank you. I just fell in awe of him, and that doesn't mean God excuses sin.
Right.
That means he put things in place, redemption, forgiveness, repentance, but he still love us unconditional. Right. And that right there just set the course of the rest of my week, and just meditating. I just didn't get that. I took it, and I just been pondering on it, because perfect love casts out all fear. And so I just wanted to just share that.
Well, and that's the thing, he loves us just the way we are, but he loves us too much to allow us to stay that way.
Absolutely.
And when we align ourselves, our purpose, we discover our purpose, our will, and we align that under him, then all things work together, for our good.
Yes.
But good morning, CSRA.
Yes.
Good morning, Facebook,
yes, I know.
YouTube.
We just wanted to share a moment of gratitude, kind of draw in, just because that's very important. We want to be transparent. We want to be open. We just want to just dialogue and just show, just tell the people, because we are stationing the voice of the gospel truth. And that is so important, and it's so much going on in the world today, and we all see it around us. We want to pray for Jamaica, and the families, and so loved ones that have been lost. It's always hard when you lose someone you love that are close to you, but also just losing things that you
maybe can't replace.
Right. But lift the people up, lift up our country, our city, our state. With the furlough, it's affecting a lot of people. It's a trickle down effect.
That's right.
And we are in hello November. We are in November. We in the months of Thanksgiving, but every day is Thanksgiving. But we're in that month, so we have. Like I said, we want to acknowledge that what's going on. We want to bring
and the people also that's with the SNAP benefits and things like that. People that needs that substance. We just have to keep our country in prayer. We have to pray for our leaders. That they do the right things and be led by God, and so that they can lead the people to a quiet and peaceable life.
Yes.
But it's very important that we be in prayer right now. If you can't see the signs of the times, you can't see the birth pains increasing and getting worse, then your eyes are closed or you're not connected to the Father. So it's critical that we be connected with the Father so that we can see what's going on and be prepared for whatever may come our way. Yeah. But again, good morning, CSRA. Thank you so much for tuning in on WAW 94.7 FM, the voice of the gospel truth, and those coming in via Facebook and YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us on this morning.
Yes, good morning.
We got some birthdays to take care of for the month of November. Our son, Patrick Jr., he's celebrating his birthday. Devin Hudson celebrating a birthday. Dr. Benita Mitchell, our First Lady, she's celebrating a birthday. Chelsea in the ATL is celebrating a birthday.
Yes, and we also have our son and our daughter-in-law, Crystal, be celebrating their anniversary.
Yeah.
And Devin and Alethea is celebrating their anniversary as well. So I think that's a milestone. I'm not for sure, but correct me if I'm wrong. But happy birthday and happy born day and happy anniversary to you all, guys.
To everybody
I
that's
would
celebrating.
Sing for you, but
everybody that's celebrating. Those that we didn't mention that we don't know of, happy birthday and happy anniversary to you also. Enjoy and celebrate yourself.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the cool weather this week. It's about 40 degrees coming up.
It's about 40 degrees in Hepzibah. We got to Aiken, it was about 38.
Right. Yeah, about 38 degrees. So a little wind chill this morning, but that's okay. Every season we'll be falling back.
Has its purpose.
Time will be falling back. Don't forget to set
tonight
clocks back. before you go to bed. I guess that means we get an extra hour of sleep.
Yeah, extra hour of football.
All
Don't
right.
get to stay up an extra hour looking at football.
Yes, yes. So guys, don't forget, set your reminder to set your clocks back to back an hour.
And if
You
not,
know,
you'll
so
be the first one in church tomorrow.
yes, and that's a good thing.
Yes, you could
That's
get
a
the
good
coffee and the
thing.
grits and all of that stuff ready.
Yes, 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 yes. So mention
All
that.
right.
Hey, Wayne, good morning.
Good
Thanks
morning.
for coming in and joining us this morning, guys. We know November, we have several awareness, but the biggest one is diabetes awareness month.
Yeah.
And so we're going to be talking about those things this morning.
Yeah.
About prevention and those who managing it.
Most definitely.
And so we'll be kind of breaking those areas down.
A couple of announcements first.
We're going to clean house first, and we're going to dive into this conversation. And we welcome your views and opinion always here on Help Matters, whether it's a social media platform or calling in number 803-226-0041 or 0043. We always welcome your views and opinion.
That's right.
Here on Help Matters. It's an open dialogue, open conversation. And that's what we like to do. We just like to have a conversation, but we also like to bring that relevant information that pertains to your health and well-being.
Most definitely. We want to acknowledge our sponsors, our partners, our friends. Dr. Dan Jolich of Aiken Chiropractic. When your spine is aligned, your body is too. Aiken Chiropractic is located at 425 Lawrence Street Northwest in Aiken, South Carolina. Their number is 803-641-9191. Their website is www.aikenchiropractic.com. To be a sponsor, partner, or a friend of the Help Matters broadcast, you can call 706-592-8862. We'd love for you to help us do what we do. All right. Glory.
Hi, good morning, Devin. I want to say happy birthday to, I think that's Paulette Pack.
Her sister, yeah.
Happy
Paulette.
birthday.
Happy
Celebrating
birthday,
her birthday. Happy birthday, Paulette.
Birthday.
I hope you can hear me.
Awesome.
Out there. So happy birthday to you as well. Happy birthday.
Most definitely.
Oh, that's good. So
that's
yes,
awesome.
all these birthdays coming up, all the holidays are here. And they have a lot of, I want to mention the food drives. I don't have a specific, but I know
if you go on WRDW.com, they'll have a list of places, that are helping people that may not receive their benefits, SNAP benefits, or whatever it may be. If you go on that website, they have a list of them, and we'll try to get that list together too.
You got the YMCA, all the YMCA's,
the food pantries.
We have the Salvation Army.
Harvest Table.
The Harvest Table. The Golden Harvest. Food Bank.
That's why I say WRDW.
Yes. I was just kind of bringing a few of them that was that come to mind that I've seen out there. So it's a lot of organizations that are out there helping. If you're able, to donate.
Right.
The YMCA is receiving donation. The Golden Harvest Food Bank is receiving donation. And so, but I think there are requirements where you have to bring an ID and things of that nature. Just like Coach said, go to Channel 12, RDW, and get that list. And I think Pastor Small had some on there too, some food drives that are going on. I don't know anyone's in Aiken, North Augusta area, but I do know all the Ys, even in South Carolina, they are doing food drives. So
good.
Yes, out there. So guys, get out there and even volunteering your time.
Yeah.
If you want to go out there and volunteer your time out there in the CSRA to help those that they're in need, because we're in some trying times right now, and if you're able to help, God has just bless you. Let's be a blessing to others. Let's extend that out to other people and be a blessing to someone else.
All right. A couple of announcements. Ty Tribbett live in concert at the Miller Theater. That's happening tomorrow, November the 2nd. Tomorrow,
Right,
November the 2nd.
right.
That's Todd Tribute.
Bring your energy.
I know the station has been giving out tickets throughout the week, so I don't know if that's going to continue to happen. I think it continues to happen today on the Lisa G show. I
Okay.
think she'll be taking some names or callers and things of that nature. So Todd Tribute tomorrow at the Miller Theater, November 2nd. Also celebrating the 65 years of gospel music, the Flying Clouds of South Carolina, New Beginning, Sunday, November the 9th. That's next Sunday. They're going to be at the McCormick Middle School at 6979 Highway 28 South in McCormick, South Carolina. The door is going to open for that event at 3 p.m. and the program begins at 4 p.m. Now, it's $25 for adults, $10 for the ages 6 to 16. If you would like more information, you can call 407-733-7008 or you can call 803-480-2391. And that's celebrating 65 years. The Flying Clouds of South Carolina.
All right, guys. All right.
That's an awesome feat, 65 years.
Right. It is.
Yeah,
It is.
it's a long
It
time.
is. You know,
Long
it
time
is.
for doing what God has called you to do.
Yep. Sticking
On
with
the
it.
wall,
Right.
on assignment.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yep. And I like that, on assignment. You know, on assignment, and that's so true, Coach. We're given an assignment. You know, God is. He equipped us and given us an assignment, and he has and still is equipping us.
That's right.
You know, to do that assignment, and you know, and if we're not if we don't see what's going on, you know, we have to understand that there is a shifting.
Oh, yeah.
You know, there's a shifting that is happening. Things are changing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in this world, things are changing.
Yeah.
But you know, we thank God that He told us to, you know, don't worry about those things, because you know, guess what? He has overcome the world.
That's
so
right.
you know, we have the victory.
Mm-hmm.
We win.
We win.
And we have to know that. You have to believe that. You have to get that in your heart. That's why faith is so important.
That's
you
right.
know, not just to say it, but you gotta walk in it.
Most definitely. You know, as believers, we can't be moved by what we see
and by what we
you know,
hear.
Only believe, you know, and know that you know, God is on our side.
It has to get in our heart, you know, and just having a posture of just receiving it, and the expectation. But our words matter.
Most definitely.
Our words matter.
Most
Okay, Coach, we're gonna dive into this subject.
Diabetes Awareness Month.
Yes, it is. Yeah. It is.
Which is observed annually every year.
Yes.
In November, to raise awareness about diabetes and how to either prevent it and or manage it. You know, if you have it, that's just the thing. You know, if you have been diagnosed with diabetes, you know, then for you to be the healthier you that you can be, you have to manage it. Yeah, and, it's so important to do that. And
we're here, you know, to educate our the public about diabetes. You know, Patrick and I are diabetes educators. We're certified on Emory University and recognized by CDC as Global Healthy Lifestyle Diabetes Educators. So that's what we do. That's part of our assignment. So to bring awareness, to raise awareness, and to bridge that gap from our healthcare professionals to serve and educate our community.
That's right. And we do that year round. But the month of November, being an awareness month, is really to get everyone focused in on and to educate the public, you know, about diabetes. So people will be having health fairs and things of that nature, and they'll be focusing on diabetes. It's going to focus on the symptoms so that you know the symptoms, you know the risk of diabetes. It's going to encourage regular screenings for early detection and treatment and to promote healthy lifestyle changes to prevent or manage diabetes. And, you know, that's the thing, the early screenings, because diabetes is something that can sneak up on you. You know, it can be silent, you know, if you're not getting your checkups like
because you can go a long time without even experiencing symptoms or unrecognized symptoms that you may think is just something normal, but it's not normal. Right. So it's best to, you know, that comes through getting your checkup, you know, getting your physicals, getting your blood range, getting full panels
Right.
done, and that's how you can stay on top of,
Yeah,
you
be
know, what's
aware.
going on in your body.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and like you say, you got to have those screenings, you know, because that's is in order for you to know your numbers, you know, your blood has to be drawn, and you know, they determine what your
Well, they got, yeah,
A1C is, and
right.
your numbers are.
Your glucose
Right,
level,
glucose
the
numbers and things of
insulins,
that
and
nature.
all those
So
in
it's very important to get those screenings.
yeah.
And the earlier you get them, the earlier you detect it. If you go into a pre-diabetic state, you know, you don't really have to take medication unless your doctor tell you to. I want to say that, but you know, being watching your diet and being physically active will help you not to go into the full blown diabetes if you catch them numbers early before it gets into full blown diabetes where your doctor really want to put you on medication. You know, because we want to try to stay away from medication as much as possible, because medication has its own side effects that you would have to deal with, you know, if you had to get on medication. But thank God, you know, this body, you know, we're fearfully and wonderfully made. We talk about that all the time, and God has given us the means in which to allow this body to take care of itself by having healthier habits when it comes to our physical well-being. Yeah.
Yes. And I also don't want to get off the subject, but I do want to bring aware that some blood pressure medicine has been recalled. You want to go on the FDA, CDC, or the FDA website and get the list of blood pressure medicine that has been recalled and check your blood pressure medicine, because there has been blood pressure medicine that has been recalled due to certain levels of collagen in it that can increase your chance of cancer.
Yeah.
So you make sure you go on FDA or just go on CDC and look at recent blood pressure medicine that has been recalled.
Yeah, do that for yourself, especially if you're on blood pressure medicine.
Right.
So diabetes is a serious condition, Jackie, that affects millions of people worldwide. Early detection, as I said earlier, and management can significantly improve health outcomes and prevent complications such as heart disease and kidney failure, limb amputations, and blindness. If you don't manage this disease, it can, as you see, get worse, you know, and start causing things to happen in your body that can start causing your body to really break down.
Yeah, insulin resistance.
Yeah, if you're not managing it, right.
Glucose in the blood due to insulin resistance, you know, or both, you know. So you want to make sure. That's like I say, you want to make sure you, if you're just not feeling yourself or you're not feeling good, you know, just go to the doctor, you know, if you're able. Just go to the doctor. If you know, don't have any insurance, you know, contact your local health department. You know, your health department does have programs in place to help people that don't have insurance or not enough insurance that cover certain things, and I'm pretty sure there's other organization does, but I know Department of Health is one of those.
That's a start point.
That do. And also they Department of Health did just put out information about they do have funding for WIC and SNAP until the mid-November. So they have enough fund to the mid of November. So I wanted to kind of throw that out there as well.
I may need to get a little bit more information on that too.
Yes. So let's talk about type 1 diabetes, Coach.
Yeah, so type 1, well, first, diabetes is a condition. It's caused by high levels of glucose in the blood due to insufficient insulin resistance, or both type 1 and type 2. Type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune disease. It destroys the cells in the pancreas that produces insulin. Insulin is a hormone that regulates the amount of glucose in the blood. And then go ahead.
Okay, no, I said type 1 is something that you are you have probably genetically
born with,
Yes,
Hmm.
from birth. So that's type 1.
Right.
Yes.
Type 2 is the most common type of diabetes, and most of the food we eat is turned into glucose or sugar for our bodies to use energy. The pancreas makes a hormone, as I said, called insulin, and that insulin is to help the glucose get into the cells of our bodies to be used as energy. So when that insulin is not working properly, then that's when the blood get built up into your blood, and that's where the problem lies. So with type 2 diabetes, your body can't use its own insulin as well as it should. And then the sugar, as I said, it builds up in your blood, and that's what causes your number to go up and causes other things to happen in your body.
Yeah. So the type 1 is, like we said, genetically it has been, you was born with it. But type 2 is epigenetic. And if we know what epigenetic is, that's lifestyle. Those things that we do on a daily basis, what we eat, um, how we live, whether we are exercising and our lifestyle and the things on our day-to-day activities and what we do. So this is preventable.
Mhm.
Type 2 is preventable.
Right. And another high risk
So
too is family history. Like Jackie said, that's genetics. But uh, if we apply epigenetics, which means that if we work towards not, falling into that same cultural family type things,
have to
then we
change
have
some
to change
habits.
some things. We have to work a little harder and change some things so that we can lower that risk of type 2 diabetes. If you're at risk for type 2 diabetes or you have prediabetes, the best thing to do is start prevention now. And as Jackie say, there's two things that you can physically do and control, and that's eat healthier and move your body. Be physically active. You don't have to beat your body up, but you got to move your body. You got to
Yes.
change some behaviors. You got to get some healthier behaviors. And you don't have to do it alone. And I say that because Jack and I, as she mentioned up front, we are diabetes educators. We have a Prevent T2 lifestyle change program that can help you take charge of your health to prevent or delay type 2 diabetes. And we're trained to do that, as Jackie said, lifestyle coaches. And we have a program called Becoming a Healthier You. Our program is recognized by the CDC's National Diabetes Prevention Program. And we're in our 8th year of providing this free program to the CSRA community. Our next session begins this month, actually next week. It's virtual. We provide it virtually via Zoom. So we'll send you a link if you're interested in the program. It's on Tuesdays from 5:30 to 6:30. And what happens is we facilitate a curriculum approved by the CDC, which has been proven to help people with prediabetes prevent or delay development of type 2 diabetes. Now, if you're interested in the program, you can go to getfitwithjackie.net, getfitwithjackie.net. Go to our contact page and let us know. Send us your email and we'll send you information to help to allow you to participate in that program with us. Or you could just call us at 706-592-8862 if you would like to, participate. It's a group discussion. Everybody, is that's in the group is going through the same thing, maybe pre-diabetes or maybe managing diabetes already. And we have good conversations and we have good subjects that we'll cover here in a minute that we cover in those sessions.
Yes, and so I'm going to kind of go back to the lifestyle. When I was talking about epigenetic, these are choices. These are everyday choices that we make every day. And like Coach said, we have to change some behaviors. Some things has to change. So we have to kind of look at our day-to-day lifestyle. How often are we moving? Are we sitting more than we're being active? Sedentary lifestyle. I mean, are we cooking home more versus eating out more? Are we eating more processed food,
ultra
less
processed,
instead of more nutrient dense food? Is 80% of our daily diet is nutrition dense. Fresh vegetables and fruits, and I know that, let's be real, and I have to be real about, is a lot of this stuff is becoming very hard to get to, because now our food is just not being grown the way it used to be grown.
Right.
A lot of, like I said, a lot of people has been affected by this shutdown. So farmers have been shut down. A lot of food being distributed in so many different places. So we have to, we got to trust God with our health.
Most definitely.
We have to pray over our food.
Got to pray
We
over.
got to pray over our food, but we got to do the practical things. We got to make sure we're washing our vegetables and washing our fruits, and as much as possible, go with local as much as possible. Go with local, stocking up on non-perishable food like rice and beans and all those different things. I know canned goods is not the best, but hey, when you're needing, when we're in a place where we at now, people have to eat.
Most definitely.
So just changing, just one habit at a time. But you have to assess that, and you have to want that. So that's the thing, and that's why the coaching is so important. Because Coach and I, non-judgmental atmosphere where we take each individual and we work with you as a group, but still look at you as an individual, and we work with you.
And you have access to us individually.
Yes, and so kind of just walking you and navigating you through changes, because we all know change starts within. So we are there trying to help transform your mind.
Behavior change.
Your behavior change, and that means that requires your mindset changing. How you think about food, how you see food, what is your relationship with food, because that makes a difference,
Right. And it makes it sustainable, as you make these behavior changes throughout the process.
Yes, yes, and that's what you want. You want something. If it's something that you can't not do for the rest of your life, I know it's a lot out there that we can do to assist us, and we have that out there right now.
Those are options,
and those are options, and that's personal choices. But at the end of the day, we still have to do the practical things, the natural things, and make better choices when it comes to what we're eating, and moving more, getting enough sleep, managing stress, so all those things plays a role in our health, because our body hears everything. It hears our thoughts, it hears our words. So we have to manage stress, to decrease the cortisol, that increases inflammation in our body. And I'm not excusing, some people may need some assistance. They may need assistance. They may have tried everything that they know to do. But that's when it comes to, I need to get a physical. I need to do blood work, so to make sure there's nothing underlining that could be happening in my body that is preventing me from doing this. Because you can get overwhelmed and you can get frustrated and you can get really overwhelmed today, because there's so much information out there and so many influence out there to tell you to eat this, drink this, and take this, and it can be overwhelming. Because and what works for one don't mean it's going to work for all, because I may have a different outcome or a different effect of it than what someone else may have. So,
and that's why we get back to the behavior change, because everybody, can get healthier behaviors, create healthier habits, to get desired results in their health. And that's why I said earlier that as a participant in the program that we provide, you'll work with other participants and train lifestyle coaches to learn the skills that you need to make lasting changes. Now you have to apply it, right?
Yes,
You know, all we could do is put it out
put it
there,
out
but you
there.
have to apply these things. You have to practice these things. And, you know, then these changes include things like losing weight. And losing weight is just an image. That's a benefit of you changing these behaviors and becoming well within. So we try to coach people into not looking at the losing weight part, even though it's coming. That's a part of it. Being more physically active. You know, a lot of people struggle with that. A lot of people struggle with eating healthier. We want to help you make those behavior changes that produce healthier habits, and managing stress is one of the ways to do that. You know, a lot of things is mental, and sometimes we have to lose that mental weight before we can even start losing the physical weight.
Yes.
You're going to learn strategies to eat healthy. You're going to learn strategies to add physical activity to your life, to manage stress, as we said. Stay on track when you're eating out. You know, we're not just going to stop eating out, but there's a way to do that healthier too. You're going to understand and respond to your food cues. You're going to get that control back. You know, one of the fruit of the spirit is self-control. You want to take that self-control back, and you control when something goes in your mouth. We're going to talk about and coach you how to stay motivated, because you're going to build that why. You're going to build that desire. You're going to know what it is. And that's what drives your motivation. A qualified why, a qualified desire. And that's what is going to drive your motivation. That's why you can't, your qualified why or desire can't be you looking just losing weight. It can't be the outside image. It's got to be you being stronger. It's got to be you being, your body being able to fight off sickness and disease. You know, yes, losing the weight, that's a benefit
It's
of it.
about that
And it's a
journey.
good thing, but it's about the journey. It's
It's a
about you
journey.
learning. It's about you developing. It's about you sustaining a weight that is right
Healthy
for your
for
body,
you.
healthy for
And
your
that
body,
looks different on
on
everyone,
everyone.
because
Yeah.
everyone has a different frame.
hmm
And so we're all built differently,
And bone
uniquely.
structure.
And so what look good on someone may not look good on another. And then even as we age, we have to watch, you know, the weight loss, because that can look different, you know, because now we can be losing more muscle mass when we're losing weight a little faster, because, you know, fat loss takes time.
hmm
It's, you know, it takes time for our bodies to decrease,
Right.
you know, in fat loss percentage. You know, so when we're losing the inches, we're losing, you know we're burning the body fat. But when we're losing it really, really fast, we're losing a lot of water weight and we're losing a lot of muscle.
So be careful and make sure
And
you
muscles is very
incorporate.
important as we age.
Right.
As we age,
Right.
muscles become very important. So strength training is very, very important
Right.
to keep that muscle dense, keep you know, muscle mass going, because you know, you got a lot of what I can't get the word now to come back to me, but you want to keep that strength. You want to keep muscles.
Yeah, because we lose
Yes,
that
we
muscle
yeah,
after we get a
every
certain
10 years
age.
at
Yeah.
a certain age.
Right.
So that's why
Start to
strength
lose
training
it.
becomes
It's
very important. You
Right.
want to continue to keep have a that muscle dense, you know, so lean muscle. So you want to continue to do that, and you can lose that, you know, when you're losing weight rapidly, you know. So, but like I said, to each his own. You have to do what works
For you.
for you,
Right.
you know. But
And some people need that weight loss like that because their body may be in a morbidly
yeah,
obese
that's why I
state
said
or
some
obese
people
state, right? And it
requires
depends. Right.
assistance, and that's fine. If
Mhm.
they're being put in a place where they just, you know, they, okay, I can't do this alone. I need some assistance.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I still got to do the natural
Right.
things to sustain it,
Right.
to sustain
The
it,
behavior
you know.
changes. Yeah, it goes back to
So I
that.
still got to put the right things in my body. I
Yeah.
still got to move this body. I still need to strengthen those muscles so I can continue to let my metabolism, and that's another thing when we drop weight so rapidly, our metabolism can slow down a whole lot. So yes, for those, so it's whatever works for each individual.
Right. So getting back to the diabetes program, being part of the group provides support from other people that are in the group who are facing, like I say, similar challenges and trying to make the same changes that you're making. And what we do together, we just celebrate each other's successes, because it's about making the small changes, small modifications that leads to big results, and then finding ways to overcome those obstacles. And we do that in our group discussions and as we facilitate these lessons. But again, I want to give you the information if you would like to participate in our Becoming a Healthier You program with the focus on preventing and managing type 2 diabetes. You can call us at 706-592-8862, 706-592-8862, and we'll get your email and make sure you get the information and get the link. The sessions, the program is a virtual program, so you'll be sent the Zoom link to participate. It happens every Tuesday at 5:30, every Tuesday at 5:30, and we'll give you more information on the structure of the program, the length of the program, and things of that nature once you send us your email. And you can also go to getfitwithjackie.net. You can go to our contact page and you can send us an email, your phone number, whatever you need to send us there, and we'll get in touch with you and give you more information about the program.
Yes. So guys, again, we're talking about diabetes, and and those that are out there managing diabetes. And we have other programs that we do through the Georgia Department of Health, who we partner with as well, which is Healthy Heart Ambassador. So we'll be
starting that in
January. So it's very important to know our numbers, guys. We got blood pressure. A lot of us, we walk around, we don't know our blood pressure. How often do you check your blood pressure? On a daily basis, a weekly basis, and that's very important to know your blood pressure. Yeah. And it shifts, it changes as we age. So it's very important to understand and know your numbers.
And talking about that program, that specific program is a Healthy Heart program that we will be starting in January. We'll put out more information about it, but if you're interested in that, if you have hypertension, that program helps you to identify the spikes, whether you different times of the day, maybe you've just worked out, or maybe you've eaten a certain food, or maybe stress at work, or stress in the family. When you're monitoring, it helps you to identify those spikes in your blood pressure, so you can get in control of that a little bit more and help to get that blood pressure at a lower state consistently.
Yeah.
So that's a good program. Also, we have a nutrition class that we do with that program also. That is a very good nutrition class that helps you to reduce your sodium and salt intake to help you with your blood pressure.
Because we just don't on a daily basis how much we're consuming. I mean, we think we're doing well, but when you break these things down and look at them bit by bit, you're like, wow, I didn't really know all this was in this. So, and that's what we do. Just bring awareness. Nothing to judge anyone. Just become aware of it. And once you become aware, now you become accountable.
Mm-hmm.
And you become, now you're responsible for putting these things in place. And like I said, it's one step at a time, one habit at a time. Build one habit at a time, and that's what you do. Don't overwhelm yourself.
Right.
Because this didn't happen overnight, so it's not gonna change overnight. It comes by doing it repetitively.
Mm-hmm.
Every day you make a choice. And I always talk about out of sight, out of mind. Some things we have to remove the temptation from around us.
Mm-hmm.
So we know that we have a weakness with certain foods, ice cream, cookies, chips. Those are the things that you just have to leave them out of sight. So you control your personal environment. So you have to remove that temptation from around you.
Because
you're telling yourself, oh, I'm going to be okay. I'm not going to eat it. But that
flesh is weak.
The flesh is weak. you know, and the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. But when you're putting the temptation around you, you're more likely, when you get stressed, you hit autopilot, and you know, you're more likely to grab
Most definitely.
that comfort pleasure right there. And that is, and that's what we normally do. You know, we can try to say we are disciplined, but you know, when the rubber hit the road, you know, and if it's near us and dear us, we're gonna grab it. So just keeping those things away. Not saying don't eat it, just saying, okay, if I would like some chips, just go buy a little small bag of chips, you know, and you know, boom. It's all about balance, you
Right.
know. It's not about rules, you know, eat this, don't eat this, do this, don't do that. It's not about that. It's about balance, you know.
Balance.
But all things being equal, yes, if you have certain foods that affect you negatively, yes, you may want to eliminate those
Right.
things that you should avoid, those certain things that you should eat, you know, every once in a while, and those things that you just need to eat constantly. And like I
Nutrient
said, and
rich.
we say, people, you know, may have an underlying
condition.
condition like thyroid, you know, issue, hypo, you know, and that can cause a problem in losing weight. And so those things are different. That's why I say everything out there don't work for everybody. So you have to find it, and it takes time to do that. It takes time. And then as we age, especially with women, when progesterone and estrogen depletes, cortisol increase, we really have to watch what we're eating. And then we don't eat as much as we don't have to eat as much as we age, because we're not moving as much as we used to. Now depend on how you're moving and how you expending energy. So this depend on your diet. So
That's good. And
I just wanted to just kind of break these things down. So it's more elements than just eating this, doing this, and just losing weight.
yeah, but
It's
I
a
like how
whole
you
lot
say,
that goes with this.
you know, how
Go
you're
ahead.
moving, you know, and you always say it's not mandatory to exercise, but it's mandatory to move the body. But one of the things being physically active does is it helps the body to move the sugar to where it's supposed to go in the cells for the energy instead of lingering in the blood. And that's, like I say, that's where our problem comes in. That physical activity helps the cells respond better to insulin. Regular exercise leads to better blood sugar control, and it lowers your blood pressure, it lowers your LDL, it increases your HDL, it improves your blood circulation throughout your body, it encourages weight loss, gives you more energy, gives you a stronger heart, stronger muscles, and stronger bones. So just being physically active helps your body to really take back control of what it needs to take back control of. We're talking about diabetes this morning because this is Diabetes Awareness Month. As we've told you, we have a program to help you with that if you are pre-diabetic or managing diabetes, or if you're just at high risk for diabetes. Some of the symptoms that are out there about type 2 diabetes is increased thirst and hunger, frequent urination, fatigue, blurred vision, slow healing sores, numbness or tingling in the hands or feet, unexplained weight loss. So all of these could be symptoms. Now, these could be symptoms of other things. So that's why if you notice these things, then go to your doctor, go to your healthcare provider, and get some tests. The way they diagnose it is with blood tests. A doctor can diagnose diabetes using blood tests. Your fasting blood sugar test. A normal fasting blood sugar level is below 100 milligrams. A level between 100 and 125 is considered prediabetes, and a level of 126 milligrams or higher on two separate tests indicates diabetes. Now we know that the A1C plays a part in that too. A1C below 7 or 6.5.
I don't remember.
I
So
think
I
it's
don't know.
below 7 is pre-diabetes. Between I think it's 6.5 and 7
Yeah,
is
anything that
pre-diabetic.
goes over 5
Yeah, if it goes.
is
So
into
if it's
preventive.
right, if it gets into the 6 range, the A1C, then you really need to look at your physical activity, look at
Your
how
diet.
you're eating, your diet, and don't let those numbers
Watching your
continue
added
to grow.
sugars in your diets, and
Right.
that could um, coming up on the holidays.
Oh yeah, these
cakes,
holidays, man, I tell you.
cakes and pies. You really, really have to tell that flesh no.
Yeah, we
You
getting in
know,
that
and not
time.
saying that it's like I say, it's about balance.
Hmm.
You have to balance that. You have to balance it, and you have to go ahead and tell yourself, I'm not gonna, allow myself to, eat all this cake and pies. And I know
Hmm.
we said, oh, it's just this time of the year, but still, that just in that short period of time can affect
Right, but
a lot of things. So,
and
but don't have,
don't restrict yourself.
enjoy.
Right,
Don't
enjoy
restrict yourself because it's all
moderation,
about your
portion
relationship
control.
with food.
Hmm.
Is how much, how often,
Hmm.
and how much and how often are you doing it?
And
It's what we do on a consistent
right,
basis what matters. So if we're doing it on a consistent basis every day, like some people, they just go out to eat every single day.
yeah,
Those are the things that you have to kind of bag up off,
right.
because when you cook at home, you control how you cooking and how you prep and
What ingredients
prepare
you
your
putting in
food and
there?
what you're
Hmm.
putting in there. So
So real quick, we're gonna go over some risk factors, and we'll be getting off the air this morning, getting ready for the Concerned Ministers Fellowship coming up with Pastor Bush. But some of the lifestyle factors are weight, being overweight or obese, it gives you a higher risk. Activity level, if you have a sedentary lifestyle, we've been talking about it, it increases your risk. Age, that's something you can't do nothing about. We're all gonna age, so age increases your risk factor of diabetes. After the age of 45, you really need to, if you haven't been, get screened for it. And then smoking, smoking is a risk for type 2 diabetes. So these are things that you can do something about except for the aging part. You can't do nothing about that. We are going to age, but if we do what we can do, we'll age gracefully.
just correct, adjust,
That's right.
modify.
And we'll age healthy. Some of the other factors, as we stated earlier, is family history. Having parents or siblings with type 2 diabetes increases your risk. But there are things that you can put in place so that your risk can be lowered. You just may have to work a little bit harder. Okay. Gestational diabetes, that's developing diabetes during pregnancy, increases your risk for future diabetes. So some of the women that may have gestational diabetes because of the weight of their baby, I think that plays a part in it.
Yes, yes,
Is
and
a higher risk.
yes, and that's who are at high risk for women. And I'm on the board at Augusta University with Dr. Lynn Glenn, and that's a program that I work with her on in rural areas where mothers 18 to 44 that are at high risk for gestational diabetes at pregnancy. So we do that program. It's not normally we still doing it, but right now we're not doing it right now. So it'll probably start back in the springtime. But yes, that's a free program under the Augusta University Department of Nursing that they do, and I'm on the board with that. So yes, that's another thing. And if not managed, it can turn into
Diabetes.
diabetes.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure,
And it increases their risk.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
All right, so those are the risks. We talked about those a little bit. So, just do a little research on it. This is Diabetes Awareness Month. So, be aware of what's going on with your body so that you don't fall into a pre-diabetic state or get full-blown diabetes. So there are some things that you can do to prevent that. So we want you to stay tuned for the Concerned Ministers Fellowship. You Matter. Pastor Bush is coming up right after Saturdays with Sean. Sean Harris is coming up at 10 a.m. Midday Motivation with Alicia G at 11. And the New Artist Profile with Tony D at 6 p.m. We have a lot of weekly programs. Minister Deborah Pilson, Morning Praise at 8 a.m. Pastor Smiles, Morning Praise Devotion at 10 a.m. Community Matters Mondays at 11 a.m. Mary Harris, Afternoon Praise Cafe, 12 p.m. Monday through Friday. Minister Arlene Edwards, Talking It Up, 3 p.m. Monday through Friday. Flock, Dinner with the Flock, 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Reginald Forrest will be bringing us Education Matters Tuesdays at 11 a.m. Pastor O'Neill, Transforming Lives on Thursdays at 11 a.m. And Sister Gwen Smiles with Pastor Small, Community Matters again on Friday at 11 a.m.
All right, guys, we always like to thank you for listening to Help Matters here on Shout 94.7 FM, the voice of the gospel truth. And we always like to leave you guys that always sow and show an act of kindness to someone, because you never know when that act of kindness may be extended back to you. Remember, we are here to help you to become a better you, to be the best you that you can be. We like to leave you with 3 John 2. Beloved, I wish above all things that you may prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prosper. Guys, you have a healthy and blessed day. See you next week. See y'all later. Thanks for joining.
Health is life. Your health matters.
Right.
You matter.
You have to cut that right.
I am. Could you grab these and go ahead and walk them out?
No, because I got to put this thing. I got to put this thing up. I just need you to cut the two.
You got to put what up?
Do this first. That's what I'm saying.
Bye-bye, Facebook.
See y'all later.